I'm so grateful to God for how God showed up for me, how God is just so good. I'm not deserving of this love, but I'm super grateful for how far you brought me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie. Welcome to Unveiling with me, Debbie. I'm actually happy to be here today. Today's video is unique. Today's video, it's a promise I made to God that I would do if He actually did a particular thing for me, which He did, and I'm like, I don't have any choice. I'm going to do this video. Now, a disclaimer: the main purpose of this video is actually to motivate someone, inspire someone that God is really worth depending and relying on, is to stir up somebody's faith. Like, this is my story, and I'll be sharing some significant things God did for me from the journey from 24 to 25. God showed up in different ways. Like, you guys are going to get the gist as we go on in this video. The journey to 25. How was the journey like? I would say it was a very tough year for me, from 24 walking through to 25. I had a lot of rough experiences. I went through depression. Like, when people say depression, I never knew what it was like until I actually experienced it. It wasn't an easy thing. Depression, it's very bad. For depression, you can go suicidal. You know, that moment you are just sad for nothing. You are just down. There's no motivation to actually do anything. Your life is just shut down. At that moment, I actually shut down my life. I gave up on everything. When I mean everything, I was like, there's no point again. I deleted all my social media accounts, my Facebook, my Instagram. I just wanted to just shut the world away from me. I'm like, there's no point anymore. That was actually what I was going through at that whole period. At some point, I was having suicidal thoughts. You know, the devil will bring in so many, suggestions into your head. But thank God I didn't yield. It's actually not an easy thing. I don't even pray for anybody. But at that moment, God knew what I was actually passing through, and He showed up. Like, God brought up people into my life at that moment. Like, people showed up for me. Like, people I never expected surrounded me, and they were just there for me, showing me love, showing me that care, showing me that concern. Like, they were just there, and I was like, this is God showing up for me. So I don't know what the situation might be in your life, and you're like, it's over, it's this. It's actually not over. God is actually here, and maybe God is actually bringing solution your path, and you are shutting the door off. You are shutting them off. Be open-minded and let them play the assignment God has sent them to do in your life. And that is the power of the gift of men. And also, another remarkable thing that actually helped me through those depressing states was a book I actually read, which is 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. That book changed my life. How I actually came across that book, I can't actually remember, but I know I was still in the state. I've deleted all my social media account and all. And randomly I was scrolling on the net, and then I just bumped on the book, and I downloaded the book, and I started reading it like ASAP. 3 pages like down the line, and I'm like, my mentality changed, everything about me changed, and I'm like, no, I can't shut my life down because of this experience. I discovered that some experience you actually encounter is actually to build us, it's actually to bring out the best in us, it's actually for a lesson, for a particular lesson. God do not allow us to go through some certain situation to make us suffer or to make us give up on life, but basically to make us strong and to make us, face life with this kind of mindset that nothing can actually bring you down, which was actually what I learned from my experience. Back to this book, like, this book changed my life. It changed my notion about life, and I started my life afresh. I didn't give the devil a chance. I'm like, the devil can't overcome me, the devil can't overpower me. I'm more than conqueror. I can overcome this, and more than this, I'm definitely going to overcome. And God helped me. I walked through that state. I became positive about life again. At that point, I made that decision, setting my mind that okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. I was putting my goals into putting actions in actualizing my goals, and God was showing forth for me. God actually showed forth for me. Thank God I didn't yield to the devil. Thank God I didn't give up on life. Thank God I didn't allow the devil to actually take a whole part of me. I'm super grateful to God. Like, looking back, all I can say is that God is faithful, God is reliable, God is dependable, and is worth depending on. Secondly, how am I going to put this? This is actually the main purpose of this video. This is the reason why I'm actually doing this video. I graduated 2019, and since then, yes, you know, life has to go on. We are doing one or two things, but I'll be praying to God for a good job. I'm a career-oriented person, and I wanted something I can actually build a career in, and I'll be trusting God for. A year ago, I got this prophecy that I'm going to pick between jobs, and I'm like, I never knew how that's going to happen, but and I would like to bring out something here. When we receive prophecy, we should actually believe that it's going to happen, because I believed it. I was holding on to it. I actually wrote it down in my diary, and I was trusting God that God is going to make it happen, and God actually made it happen. Like, the way God did it, till now I still can't comprehend, but God actually did it. I really wish I can go into details, but I don't want this video to be too long, but I'll just go straight to the point. So I was trusting God. I have a prayer group, so every time we pray, I'm always praying about it. Even sometimes I didn't pray about this particular thing, I'll just intercede and just pray. So I saw the power of intercession, like interceding for people. God is actually working behind the scene for you. I took some actions of faith. Yes, at this period I was putting in the actions despite the prophecy. I didn't go and lie down like, okay, the prophecy is gonna come. I was putting into action. I was doing my due diligence, doing my own part, and God showed up in a way I never imagined. I took some significant action of faith. I made declarations. Some of the actions of faith I declare into my life every single day. And then I make positive affirmation. I don't joke with my prayer life. I intercede for people and all. And I did some unique things. I don't know, but I don't know if this was what actually, but I don't know. I got this flyer from someone randomly. Most times when I get this flyer, like, what do I need it for? After some time, you know, you dispose. But I got a prompt in my spirit not to dispose it. I actually write my prayer request on it, and I actually wrote some things on it, and I'm like, okay, this is a man of faith. Like, everybody knows this is a man of faith, and I wrote my prayer request on it and actually take it with me everywhere I'm going through to. So that's actually, and I'm actually keeping it. And it was an action of faith for me, coupled with some of the declarations, the affirmations, the prayers that I've always been doing. And God showed up. Like, God showed up. God is what's depending on. Don't depend on man, rather put those old dependence on God, because God is going to show up. I saw how depending on God can be. I gave my own without knowing anybody, without knowing somebody, and everything went so smoothly. It went so smoothly. I'm like, God, so you can be this marvelous, you can show up for me this way. God worked it out that on my birthday, I got my best birthday gift. I got my offer letter on my birthday. Like, that is how God can show up for you if you can only depend on Him. Man will fail you. Like, several experiences, man will fail you, but God will never fail you. But what actually failed me, God is what depending on. God is what's depending on. Like, nobody can argue that with me. He will show up for you in a way that you yourself, you can never imagine. And that is my testimony. I hope this inspires you to actually trust God. I don't know what you are trusting God for. I don't know what you are praying. I don't know what your heart is crying and panting like, God, you need to do this for me. Trust God. Rely on Him. Depend on Him. He will show up for you. Most importantly, have a good relationship with God. You can't be messing with God and you want God to show up for you. It does not work that way. Have a good relationship with God. Love on Him. It's not easy. The journey is not easy, but the journey is worth it. It's sweet because God is going to surprise you. You yourself, you will marvel. You yourself, you won't find words to actually explain. Like right now, I can't actually fathom words to quantify what God did for me, and that was how my journey to 25 was. God actually beautified me with smile, with joy, with laughter. Though the year started rough and hard, but at the end, it was actually worth it. I hope you learned one or two things. Please subscribe to the channel if you are yet to subscribe. Turn on your post notification. Like the video. I'm sure you're gonna like it. Share with your friends and family. You never can tell who you might be helping. So be part of the family. Until next time, keep trusting, keep believing. God is gonna come true for you. Bye for now.